Now, sometimes on AppSumo, you find a deal which is very good. It's a lifetime deal and it is irresistible. But sometimes there are good deals which are hidden behind the AppSumo wall and you're not able to find it as a user. Now, the app which I'm going to talk to you about today is also something similar. It's known as KonnecttzIT. It doesn't offer you a lifetime deal. It gives you a 1-year deal. The value at which it is giving it to you is about $29 and I think it is pretty good. Now, what does KonnecttzIT do and how it works? We will talk about it in the upcoming few parts of this video, but let me show you where KonnecttzIT is hidden within the AppSumo deals. Now, you don't have to take all this trouble. You don't have to go through AppSumo to find this application. I have put the link in the description below for you to find it easily and go and make that purchase for KonnecttzIT. Now, pretty difficult to find it out from the AppSumo homepage. I have a tab opened with the KonnecttzIT page on my right side. So I will simply open it and I will show it to you. So KonnecttzIT as an application is an alternative to Zapier. So that's what they claim to be. That's an alternative to Zapier. Now, Zapier as a tool is very similar to, I think, I also found another tool very recently known as Integrately or something similar to that. It's a little tongue twister, but a pretty nice tool. Now, KonnecttzIT is a pretty new tool in the market. I checked their domain registrations and I think they registered the domain in December of 2020. But even if they have been a pretty new tool in the market, the level of achievement and the level of application which they have achieved with the product which they have published on AppSumo, it's pretty impressive. I must say that, because I spent about 10 to 15 minutes with the app already, and I can say the design level is very good. Their interface is very good. User friendliness and user experience is pretty good. There is a lot of room of improvement. There is a lot of scope of improvement, but I'm sure the guys at KonnecttzIT are working on it. The good part over here is I feel the turnaround time for the team at KonnecttzIT is very fast. And if they have published this application in December, we are sitting in February and we can see this massive application set and the massive amount of apps which are connectable with KonnecttzIT. I'm sure they are going to do wonders in the upcoming few months. Now, this deal is not at $29. I am mistaken. It is at $24 on AppSumo. It is a pretty valuable deal. So along with the AppSumo deal, what you get is about 4,000 monthly tasks, because this is an API based tool which connects multiple applications with each other. It works on the monthly tasks. And again, it is justifiable that you cannot have unlimited monthly tasks because there is a investment which these guys have to make, if I'm not wrong. So 4,000 monthly tasks is pretty okay. Now, where we can use this is something we will talk about when we enter into KonnecttzIT. We don't see a stackable code here. I think we just see one. We can only buy one code. Yeah, so there's no stackable facilities, and pretty much it. We have the webhooks and the API connectivities. Now let's jump into the application KonnecttzIT and see what we have in store. This is the website. I don't see a pricing tab here. I don't know how much they're going to price this at. I think this is a pre-launch version which they have on AppSumo, wherein you can come in and get started for free, and I think they are going to prompt you to upgrade within the application. So let's just click on that button. I have already got the deal from AppSumo. I'm not going to do a sign up again here. I'm just entering here so that I can see if there is a pricing tab in here, but no, there is no pricing tab. And the good part is it doesn't even ask you for the credit card, so you can simply sign up and you can use the trial package. I think in the trial package you get about 10 tasks a month, which is good to test the application, understand if it is a good buy for you, and then proceed with the AppSumo deal. So that's something pretty standard which KonnecttzIT offers. Now, I have already purchased the deal, as I mentioned. Let me log in and take you inside the application for KonnecttzIT. Design wise, they have done a pretty good job. I really like the design. The interface is very nice. Other AppSumo deals which I have interacted with at a design level, they are not pretty stable because they are not that mature at a design level. At a functionality level also, it's not bad. I wouldn't say the applications are bad. It's pretty good, works as they speak. But again, there are scope of improvements. When they come on AppSumo, there is a lot of scope of improvement before it matures. And I think that's the reason why AppSumo deals are pretty lucrative, because you are onboarding yourself onto a solution which is still getting matured. And if that solution would have been sold in a matured market, it would have costed you a lot more. And that's where AppSumo gives you the advantage that you can get on board the train when the product is being built at a certain level. As in, I'm not saying you onboard yourself when the product is unstable or immature. The product is at a pretty stable maturity. It is pretty stable. It doesn't have bugs. It works as intended. Some functions might not work, but that's work in progress. I hope you get what I'm saying. Now, that's the wrong address I'm using. So let me put in my correct address very quickly. And my password. It's good that they have hidden the password. Otherwise, you guys would have seen what I'm typing in the password slot. Let's say I'm not a robot, and let's jump in to KonnectZIT and see what KonnectZIT has in store for us. Now, again, the application wise, design wise, I'm pretty sold. I like it. I would say one of the very good looking applications I've seen. I'm sure there are many other good looking applications out there, but design wise, I like it. Now, here how the thing works is you have the tasks consumed and tasks available. Basically in the plan, we get 4,000 tasks, and I think it's not reflecting here. Probably there is a mismatch somewhere in their system, and that's the reason it's not reflecting here. And it tells me to upgrade to Pro, which I shouldn't, because I have already got the AppSumo deal. But again, all the AppSumo deals are very similar. You don't, I think, have to worry. You come into the billing section and you are not able to see it. Yeah, so it says free 100 tasks or operations per month. Now, that is something probably I'll be checking out with the support team. But again, I'm sure if we talk to the support team, they're going to fix it. So I will keep that for later. Let's continue with the particular review for KonnectZIT. Now, let me go into the home section and take you around the application here. Now it says 0 active connects, 0 inactive connects. I think this works as a workflow, wherein how Zapier works, it's exactly the same. So you have an application, for example, Google Form, and the moment you have somebody fill in their details on Google Form, for that matter, maybe their name, email address, phone number, for a registration for maybe a webinar or some sort of a thing, the webinar registration should trigger an email from a solution of maybe MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, and many other similar solutions. And once the campaign is done, once the email has been sent to these people, you need to even maybe register them under a solution maybe like a Webinar Jam, right? Because that's the workflow. That's the event workflow, which probably we will want to do. Another idea or another mechanism, maybe if you want to use something of Swipe Pages. Swipe Pages was an amazing application, came on as a deal on AppSumo, a very mature product, and it was a great buy. I think $49, a brilliant product, and I have taken it for myself. Amazing. I would say it is breathtaking. It has AMP, it has fast loading pages, and it was a steal, because I went on to check out Unbounce, Lead Pages, and things like that. It was very expensive. Swipe Pages was very cheap, and it works. it says it works and it delivers, and that is something I really like about Swipe Pages. So again, back to topic, back to KonnectZit. Now KonnectZit allows you to take you through that workflow. Now the workflow here is that, consider you are wanting to run a campaign, an ad campaign or a webinar campaign or anything for that matter. You load it on a Google form, Swipe Pages, or a similar other application. Fetch the details on an application to send out emails like a MailerLite, an active campaign, and things like that. And then you also need to throw the data into the webinar application, so the webinar registration is also done and the users are registered and users can access and can go through with the webinar. Now some webinar applications also send out the automatic email, so in that case you wouldn't have to take the user through the MailerLite kind of a workflow. You can directly throw it to the webinar jam kind of a platform. But again, I would, if you ask me personally what I would do, I would probably move it to a MailerLite kind of a solution, because then I can have multiple campaigns around the people who have registered on my Swipe Pages platform or a Google form for that matter. Now coming back to KonnectZit, it says that it has a couple of new latest apps added onto this. The buttons are not clickable. I would have liked it clickable so that I could probably read about it or go to the page wherein I can start working with it immediately. Instead, these are clickable buttons, but there is no action on it. So I think that is also some room of improvement which can be done definitely. The chat box, let it be there. I'm going to reach out to them later on, asking them where is my 4,000 tasks. But I'm sure these guys are helpful and they would definitely help me out with it, because again, AppSumo is a reliable platform, and once you buy something from AppSumo, you get what you buy. So it's pretty straightforward. Now let's jump into the apps section very quickly. And within the app section, you can see that there are multiple applications. One thing I would really highlight here is that many applications here are still on the beta stage. It's not in production, it's still in beta. So you might have to think twice before using that connection. If the application you want to use is within this particular production module, not in beta, I think KonnectZit is the choice for you. But if it is in beta, there are sometimes the thing doesn't work, and that is the reason why they put the beta label on it. So if you are going to choose KonnectZit for the reason of using an application which is currently in beta, I wouldn't recommend this solution for you at the moment. Probably in the upcoming few months, in the upcoming few weeks, that application link might go back. That application link would definitely mature. But if you're deciding it today, if you want that bridge to work today, it might not work. So it's better not to be sad after buying this application if that application isn't listed in the production module. So beta bridges, beta connections have a little issue, and that's normal across all the platforms, across all the applications. Now they have separated their connections in two variants. One is the API connections, which are here, and the other is the webhook connection. Webhook connections are fine, they work fine, it's not bad, but the bridge, the tightness of the application and the tight connectivity between both the applications do not exist. It's basically a webhook means that once a registration is done, the application where the registration is done is going to throw the data through a secure channel to the destination application, and that is what usually webhooks do. Now webhooks have multiple connections here. Now if you're taking something like a Teachable, in any platform you go, you need to use a webhook. You don't have a direct integration. I'm not sure about Zapier, but some of the platforms I looked into also were using the webhook integration. I'm not sure about Zapier. Probably Zapier has an API integration with Teachable, but a webhook integration is much faster because the source just has to transmit the data in a standard webhook platform through a secure channel to the destination application, and the destination application is going to accept it and then convert it into whatever necessary action you want to take it through. So I think that is something pretty good. Now again, multiple applications, Freshsales, Freshdesk. I like these products, Freshsales and Freshworks Solutions, pretty good. I'll probably make a review video of Freshdesk in the future. Pretty famous product, one of my favorites. So this is the list of applications which they have as KonnectZit. Now let's try to link something very quickly. I think I also saw swipe pages here. It's here, but in beta stage. I might try using it. If it works, then I might proceed with it, but otherwise if it doesn't work, then I will not proceed with it. The way this works, it's pretty straightforward. You simply drag and drop and connect the applications here and there, and it starts working, and the connects starts working. It also has Elementor forms. The way you can use Elementor forms is if you're using Elementor for your website and you're collecting leads, data from your website. Any input of data which comes into your website can go into a solution like MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, and anything else, so that your campaigns can be in a workflow. You can just get an email input of your customer on your website, KonnectZit throws it to your mail campaign solution, maybe MailerLite, and then MailerLite takes care of the automation, probably a sequence of emails, one day after the other or 1 week after the other, and that is taken care by MailerLite. Now, why is a solution like KonnectZit important? Because if you look at it, MailerLite has connections. For example, if you're talking about MailerLite, it has connections to multiple applications, and maybe it's going to work without KonnectZit kind of an application. But again, you would lose flexibility. Now, KonnectZit helps you with the flexibility, because not every application is connectable with any other application. The flexibility is what is missing, and KonnectZit Zapier kind of an application is going to bridge that gap for you. Now, Zapier has thousands of applications available for connecting it. KonnectZit, as I said, pretty new application, but has the power or has the zeal in them to grow. So I think they are going to do pretty well going into the future. So if you like this application, I think you should go ahead with the deal. $24 is not much for this kind of an application. If your needs are matching, if your connection is not in beta, then I think it is a steal. But if your connection is in beta, I don't know, you might want to get on board with it. It's a 1-year deal, so the beta labels might be removed in the future, but there are many applications which are not in beta at the moment. So that's about it. Quick about KonnectZit. Let's probably try to connect a couple of applications and see how it works. Gmail is one of my favorites, but maybe I will take maybe something of a forms, a Google Forms, right? So doesn't look. Yeah, so Google Form works. Okay, so let's open up Form. Now if you see, Google Form is in beta, but Typeform is not in beta. It's in production, so you can probably use that. Why doesn't it have my credentials? Okay, fine. So let's maybe use my email address. Okay, connect. Let's put in the password, or automatically fetched. Very good. And that's something normal. Authentication, 2-factor authentication. I will probably make a video on that very soon. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to hear about 2-factor authentication and why it is really important for your business or personal accounts. Now, once the connection is done, it says app authentication process ended. It's good, but again, I would have liked it in a green color if it is aesthetically matching their design skills. But again, I would have termed it as app authentication process successful, because the first time I did it, I was confused. Did it work or did it fail? Because it says ended. So I was a little confused, and I had to refresh the page once to check if it has come up under the authorized apps. And when I found it under the authorized apps, I felt, yeah, it's okay, fine, it's working. So I was happy. So let's use another set of applications to trigger another workflow. So let's see what we can use from the set of applications we have here. Let's maybe look at a MailerLite. Do we have that here? I think I had seen MailerLite somewhere. Yeah, it's here, MailerLite. Yeah, MailerLite is pretty good when it comes to doing it. Now again, I have the API key, but I don't want to put it in here right now because I'm just making a video. So I'll probably cancel this, but yes, you can put in your API key and process this and proceed with it. Let's maybe do a Gmail integration, because that's a pretty straightforward one. And I just need to put in my username and password and authenticate along with it. So let's do that. Let's do the easiest way. Cool. So it's asking me for the authentication, pretty standard. Let's say allow. And again says app authentication process ended. Okay, cool. And let me just refresh the page once. And we have two authorized applications. One is a Google form and the other is Gmail. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to create a connects. This is basically going to tell KonnectZit to do an action whenever there is another action on another application. So I just thought of the law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Probably fits well for KonnectZit and a Zapier kind of an application. So let's look into KonnectZit. Let's press the create KonnectZit button, right? And now it says that I have the authorized apps. So let's drag it and drop it here. It's a pretty straightforward drag and drop functionality which KonnectZit has. I put in the Gmail app here and I can keep it side by side. Now it also has a zoom in, zoom out functionality. So if you have a smaller screen, you want to zoom in, you can do that. And I think you can even drag. Let's see how it works. No, you cannot drag, but your mouse scroller is helping you to zoom in and zoom out. Yeah, but now I don't see where is the application. I think I lost it. Let me go back and try to figure it out. Maybe I think it should be here. No, I'm trying to drag, but it doesn't get dragged. Let's maybe say undo. It doesn't work. So yeah, let's go back and we'll not play with the zoom in and zoom out buttons now. And let's again click the create connects button, drag in the Google form, drag in the Gmail application here, and let's maybe say a new response in spreadsheet. Yeah, the scroller works now. It can be dragged as well. I'm not sure why it didn't work the first time. Okay, now choose spreadsheet. Now I'm sure it's showing me the list of spreadsheets below, but I'm not able to see it, probably because of my computer. I'm not sure why it's not coming. I'm really not sure what's happening here. Okay, cool. But again, I think this is in the beta stage. The Google form is in beta stage, and that's one of the reasons it's not triggering, or it's not displaying the spreadsheets properly in a drop down. Let's try maybe Gmail. Again, Gmail is also on the beta stage, so I'm not sure if that'll work. Yeah, Gmail works fine. So Gmail works fine. It says send email, choose content type, plain text or HTML, I would say HTML. You have a subject, you have to, body, CC, and the pretty standard emailing concepts. So what we could have done if Google Forms would work, I'm sure I'm going to raise a ticket with the support team just after making this video about two things now. One is my limit for the tasks. I want to make it 4,000 because that is what I have purchased. And the other is about Google Forms, why the drop down doesn't come. So I'm going to ask the support team after this particular video on why it doesn't happen. And I'll put it up in the comment section below. If everything is fixed, I will put that up there. And probably I will also make another video once this is fixed, just to show you in action how the Google Form and the Gmail integration works. So subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button to see the next video on KonnectZit on how this thing really works, right? So basically I'm going to reach out to support and get that figured out as well. Now, if I was to choose another application which is not in beta, probably I could have made it work. Now, how do I get rid of this thing? Okay, now you cannot get rid of it. Let's try delete. Delete doesn't work, right click doesn't work. Again, that's the way the application is built. Functionality wise, I'm sure it's going to work. So again, that's fine. Let's maybe see if I have something I can quickly try. Doesn't seem to be any at the moment, or I'm not able to think of a workflow which I want to make at the moment. But again, I think this is a pretty standard, a pretty decent application at the moment, and I'm sure giving it a shot makes sense. What I would recommend you to do is, let me just quickly check if that clause is there, because some applications, they have a clause saying that this is only valid for people who are new to the application. I think KonnectZit does not have that specific clause. It doesn't have the clause of not being able to give you the offer if you're already a customer. So what I would recommend is you go to KonnectZit, right, and sign up for a free account. I think 100 tasks, that is what I'm getting right now. That is the error or the issue which I want to solve with the KonnectZit team. But what I would recommend is get on board with KonnectZit using the 100 tasks. Check out if you meet your requirement using KonnectZit, and if yes, if you meet the requirement, and if you have a requirement of having more than 100 tasks, then go ahead for it. AppSumo deal link is in the description below. You can simply click on it and get it. Now the question is, will I need more than 100 tasks? I simply have a simple requirement that I need a form filled in a platform to be sent to a MailerLite kind of a solution, or a mail campaign kind of a solution. Will I need 100 tasks a month? It depends. Now, for example, if I am conducting an event and I want to do that same workflow and I'm expecting about 200 people to participate in my event, I would definitely overshoot that 100 tasks. That's because each element which is added into your source is going to become a task for KonnectZit. So for example, you're using something of a Google form. Each participant registering on Google form has to go into that MailerLite kind of an application, or has to send an email from Gmail or something of that sort. So KonnectZit is using each activity as a task. And I think if you are linking multiple applications together, it's going to use it as multiple tasks. So for example, you're taking in the data from Google Forms, sending it to Gmail, and also sending it to MailerLite. I think it's going to consider it as two different tasks. I'm not sure about that, but I'll also check that out with the KonnectZit team when I speak to them about my limit and about the Google Forms issue which I had faced while creating the Connects. So I hope you like this video. It was a pretty honest review. I hope so. For more such videos on software reviews and the other deals which keep coming on the internet, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another video from me and you don't miss a deal when it comes. Like I said, AppSumo deals, sometimes good ones are hidden behind. I would help it come out in the open with my videos and software reviews. So if you hit the bell icon along with the subscribe button, you would be able to know about the new video which comes out as soon as I make them. Now, if you have some softwares you want to review and you want to have me review it, reach out to me on connect@yahyazakir.com and I would love to do a review for you as well. So until then, stay safe, take care and have a nice one.